staple. Like, so
They even
this
used
movie-
it for Fear Factor.
Yeah,
Now that I'm thinking about it, we used it for one of the ads for Fear Factor. There's me walking away, and they blew some shit up behind me.
because it's just like it's this cool attitude and with the
Yes.
music.
I
and
thought it was the dumbest shit ever.
When I
because
first
it was
saw-
a TV show
Oh no,
about
but it's
people
still
eating
funny.
dicks.
Well,
it wasn't an
kind of
action
silly
movie.
there, but it was just an accident. Again, the accidents
There
that
it
you
is.
stumble upon. There you go. All right.
That's
That's where that came from.
hilarious.
So that came out in August of 1995. Just 6 months later, Dusk Till Dawn came out, and I made that. I enjoyed it so
I
much.
fucking love that movie.
Oh, thanks.
I love that movie.
I showed this explosion shot, the movie to Jim Cameron, and he was watching it. I was waiting for because he was doing like movies like Terminator 2, blowing the shit out of everything. So I was wondering if he'd like my little rinky-dink thing, and his hand went up in the air when he saw that moment. So I thought, I'm doing that. I'm going to do that in Dusk Till Dawn. Dusk Till Dawn, I had it where the actors come out doing the dialogue though, and the explosion just keeps going, and they're walking away while having a conversation.
Yeah.
So within 6 months, you saw 2 versions of that. So people just started doing. You see it in Man and Fire. You see like whole compilations of it. But it's an
That's got to be
accident.
weird for you. Like you're like, bitch, that's mine.
No, because it wasn't mine. Again, it came.
course,
If
I know.
I
Right,
had
you're
engineered
right.
it, yeah, I'd be really smart. But again, like I said, I'm not that smart. Sometimes
But
you
it's got to
stumble
be pretty
upon.
cool that it's become like a part of like action films.
Yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn is so. First of all, who knew Quentin Tarantino would play such a good fucking psychopath? Who knew?
What's so fun is he's in Desperado now. I met him on the film festival circuit. So in 1992, we both had movies with guys in black in violent movies. In fact, I met him at the Toronto Film Festival for Reservoir Dogs. I had mariachi because they put us on a panel together to discuss violence in the movies in the 90s, even though it was only 92. And so we met there, became friends, and he said, my next movie's in Pulp Fiction. And I just thought, this crazy guy, he's so funny. And I said, I'm going to write him into Desperado. It was before he did Pulp Fiction or any of that. So by the time Desperado came out, Pulp Fiction was a phenomenon. And then people cheer when he walks on set. But when we were doing that 4 Rooms, here's another thing that came from 4 Rooms. If I hadn't done 4 Rooms, there'd be no Dusk Till Dawn. When we're doing 4 Rooms, he takes me into a room and he starts reading me. And it's on the internet, I put it out. Him reading me the first scene of Kill Bill. This was 8 years before he made the movie. And then he said, my very first script I wrote, and I didn't get paid shit for, like $1,500, was Dusk Till Dawn. And now, because of the success of Pulp Fiction, they want to make all my old stuff. And these producers have it. I didn't get paid dick, so I'll do a rewrite, and you and I will go in together. You should be the director because it takes place in Mexico, and you're Mexican. So I was like, all right.
Wow.
That's the second time he read me this scene in 2001. There's one video where he's even younger in 4 Rooms reading me a second version of it. So over the years he would read. We had an office next to each other when I was writing Desperado and he was writing Pulp Fiction. So he'd read out scenes. There he is. And I would read out, show him scenes from Desperado.
Fuck.
And we just became friends there. He was originally going to make Pulp Fiction for TriStar, and then they passed on it because they thought, it's weird, it's long. And he did it for Miramax.
Did he want to be the serial killer?
I asked him to. Because I knew he liked acting, and I just knew him as a person. Like a lot of times, I'll cast somebody just by meeting them. I'm going to cast you in a movie because you realize there's something about them that captures you that's going to just be magnified when you put it 50 feet on screen. That's why I've discovered a lot of talent that way. That's how I found Salma. I just knew she was going to be it. But he was so great. I thought, this is a really fun character. I bet he likes act. I can get a performance out of him, and he'll come in with a take on it. So I said, I'll do Dusk Till Dawn. Would you be interested in playing Richie? He goes, I'd love to play Richie. I said, okay, well, so he was the first person we cast. And he's fantastic in it. He's really great. He's really scary. He got all into character.
He was terrifying.
Kind of had this really cool haircut. I showed him a picture of Burt Reynolds in Deliverance. Said, dude, you got the haircut of Deliverance. That was really cool. He's like, oh, wow. He just really slipped into it. He was always in character, and he was always intense on the set. It was really fun to see him get to do that.
He was very believable.
He really enjoyed that performance. I said,
mean,
dude, you're so good in this movie. Anyone talks shit, they're just talking shit. It's bullshit through gritted teeth. Don't listen to anybody. You're really great in this movie.
Yeah,
It
no one
stands the
can
test
listen.
of time.
You can't listen. Anybody's talking shit about Quentin in that movie, shut up.
Oh,
He
yeah.
nailed it. He scared the fuck out of me.
Well, when you get a lot of success, people would tend to, it makes you a target,
Of course.
So they would say stuff about him and being in it. Well, he shouldn't be acting in his movies. Just
course.
bullshit like that. It's like, dude, they'll shut him up, and if it doesn't, it's just bullshit because you're really great in the movie.
Yeah, you just have to tune out the noise.
Yeah,
That's
how
all
do
it is.
you get past the noise?
I just tune it out. I'm busy. I stay busy.
Yeah.
I don't read anything about me. That's the big one.
Don't read that shit.
Don't engage. Like sometimes people send me things. I'm like, don't send me that, man. I don't want to read it. I'm not gonna read it anyway.
Send it to you.
Yeah, friends.
Oh my God,
They don't know any better, or
yeah,
my
nice
sister might
friends.
send me
Yeah.
something. Yeah, it's just I just
Hey,
go,
look at
just
this.
leave
It's
me
true.
out of it.
I got some really good advice early on. I like to share this with people. I share this with my actors because they get a lot of shit sometimes. I was afraid to even do like a bigger movie because I was flying under the radar with, Mariachi and Desperado, and then Spielberg sees Desperado, wants to do Zorro with Antonio and me directing, right? So I go, cool, I'm working with Spielberg. And it's like, oh shit, I'm working with Spielberg. You probably remember this time because we were about the same age. Remember the 80s and 90s? People would just throw shit on him all the time. All the time. Like, no respect for this guy. They were so jealous. Press, public, everything. He was just like, he couldn't catch a break. And he was making like the coolest movie. That movie sucks. Jurassic Park sucks. And all this. Unbelievable. So I thought, oh shit, it's because he's got his head way up. Maybe I should fly under the radar and not go if I can make a movie with him, what chance do I have? I went back and rewatched, like Temple of Doom, which people say, that's not as good as Raiders. I watched it and go, if I can make a movie that's an eighth of that, I'd be lucky. So I called them and
Bro,
said,
you made Close Encounters.
I know, Jesus.
That's a fucking incredible
great
movie.
movies. But you get that much success and then people kind of resent, right?
It comes with the territory.
Yeah, but how do you get past it? I was curious for him. So I said, hey man, I just saw Temple of Doom. I don't know how I'm going to make this movie for you. He goes, don't worry about that. Just make a great movie. So then I go to him and I say, I'm afraid that if I make a movie at the bigger level, I'm just going to be a target like him. I mean, he's the best filmmaker and he's getting shit kicked out of him. I said, how do you do it? How do you do it? You get rocks thrown at you all day long. He goes, oh, Robert, you just don't blink. And I was like, wow, it's like a Clint Eastwood line. I go, wow, that's how he did it all this time. It's just like, just don't blink. Commit to making a body of work. I try to tell filmmakers sometimes that they have a success for the first one, they get really afraid of the second one because they think, oh shit, now I might fail, right? The fear of failure cripples a lot of people. If you commit to just making a body of work, like he did, he just made any movie he wanted. Some hit, some don't, some overperform, some underperform. A movie like Mariachi that was not supposed to go anywhere way overperforms. And you can't tell what's going to be the one. So just commit to a body of work. And now no one gives them any shit. Now
I think it's also important to recognize that the people that are tossing shit your way, they're doing it to distract themselves from the fact that they're not contributing anything. It's almost always the case of that.
Yeah.
That's what the critic is. The critic would not be a critic if they had something to contribute. So they see other people that are taking that chance and going out there and they're acting on their instincts and they're putting something together and they try to attack all those things as being garbage. Because really, they're not contributing.
Yeah.
And so
they may very well
it's
want
very
to.
easy to attack.
And they may very well want to, but they've been hurt
Most
by
of
the
them,
fear.
yeah. The same instincts that make them want to attack successful people are the same things that hold them back from being creative.
Talk about closing that pipe.
Yeah, I mean, doing it to yourself.
Doing it to yourself and by doing that to other people. If they would just